No, we're talking about the entire crypto space. So the market cap of the space, about 2.5 trillion. It's going to go to 250 trillion by the end of the decade. That's astonishing.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Crypto. Today we have Raoul Pal as he speaks based on his prediction, the future of investing in the crypto markets and cryptocurrencies. According to the investment strategist, the future of every single contract, be it a ticket, legal contract, or insurance contract, is going to be on blockchain. In the past 18 months, cryptocurrencies have evolved. Its expansion is quicker than ever, yet its future is more unclear than ever. The growth of cryptocurrencies continues to increase. However, its future seems to be a little fuzzy due to uncertainty. While so-called crypto evangelists flourish in the financial media, Raoul Pal believes that the users of blockchain technology will amount to 2.5 billion users in the next 4 years, faster than the internet's adoption within the same time frame. However, his statement is coming after the most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, lost about 70% of its value, reaching a record high of about $69,000 in November. Without further ado, let us take a look at Raoul Pal's forecast in the next decade and ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you love the stuff we do on this channel.
Even the China ban, I don't think sticks around for long. I think what they wanted to do is make sure all assets were converted into the digital yuan. And then once they had the digital yuan, they can then track where money flows go because they've got a closed capital account. So I think that is also true elsewhere. I think Europe is just a little bit nervous about losing control, but we've seen Singapore do a decent job here. India's been struggling a bit. The UK has made it very clear that they're headed this route. Switzerland's done a great job. And the US looks like that they will follow suit and do the right thing in the end. So I think regulation is going to be a good thing because we'll have clarity of what we can do.
The market capitalization of crypto assets has decreased from the peak of $3 trillion in November 2021 to less than $1 trillion. It is the first time since 2021 that the value of an asset class has fallen below $1 trillion. Some of the recent price movements in cryptocurrency can be attributed to the failures of companies such as Terra and Celsius. Terra's stablecoin UST fell below $1 in value in May, prompting investors to abandon the commodity. Luna, its sister coin, also dipped. Celsius, a Bitcoin loan service, halted all account withdrawals in the past week, fueling speculation that it could shortly collapse. Amidst the current dip in crypto prices, Raoul Pal predicts that within the next 4 years, blockchain technology will become widespread globally, providing a secure and accurate approach for holding data for approximately 2.5 billion people. Items entered into the general ledger cannot be modified. This ascertains that it is more trustworthy than spreadsheets and internal databases.
Actual way to look at any of the price action is using a logarithmic chart. And you'll find that actually all smooth. It's the same for Facebook, Google, and Apple, and all of these others. They're just smooth logarithmic charts. But within that, there's a reasonable amount of volatility. And that's normal. So in the early days of Amazon, it went down 95%, then 65%, then 65% again, then 40%. And then now the corrections are no bigger than 30%. So Bitcoin went down 90% the first time, 80% the second time, 75% the third time. And now it's 50%. So the volatility goes down over time as more people join the network. And that network change has also been the adoption of institutions and family offices and others into this. Because this started out as a retail thing, which is incredibly rare. We've never seen an entire revolution like this started at retail level. It's usually started at institutional corporation level. I mean, Bitcoin isn't not even a corporation. I mean, there's nothing, it comes out of nowhere. It's that. And the space is, so if you understand that, you'll understand that within the next 4 years, we will be at about 2.5 billion users. It might be even more. And by the end of the decade, we'll be about 4.5 to 5 billion.
Many other assets are also experiencing volatility, which is causing concern among investors. This week, the S&P 500 index slipped into the bear market territory, which is defined as a decrease of at least 20% from the most recent high. Bonds are also falling, leaving investors with limited options in the market.
So, I mean, I am 99% everything else but Bitcoin.
Okay.
because the rate of adoption and the growth of the networks in the space are much faster elsewhere. So I think that Bitcoin's dominance over time erodes. Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin proponent, and he is what's known as a Bitcoin maximalist. And that is a person that believes that the future of everything can be done on the blockchain for Bitcoin. Currently, that is not doable, but that's his perceived future, that all finance ends up, it's only one money that can happen. That doesn't look like that is going to be the case, but that is his view. And he's worried that maybe these others will get regulated. Again, having spoken to most of the regulators around the world, they are not going to suddenly ban Ethereum, or, these things. Are there fines for people like XRP Ripple? Probably, because they started in a way that maybe didn't work for securities laws. But in the end, nobody's going to get in the way of this.
Unlike the banking crisis of 1907, it is not clear whether this latest cryptocurrency crash will lead to the creation of new centralized entities. But for the corporate cryptocurrency market to stabilize its financial position in the future, set the expected precedent. The more the crypto world tries to avoid reliance on the Fed, the more its largest player will play a similar role instead.
So I don't hold that view that Bitcoin is the one true God. I think it's a multi-chain world, and investors will make massive alpha from allocating to other cryptocurrencies and catching this adoption wave, the Metcalfe's law. You find the right ones and they will massively grow over time, much like Bitcoin did in its earlier days. But over time, since having that conversation with Michael, my bet in Ethereum has massively outperformed Bitcoin. It was up 4x versus Bitcoin last year.
The recent plunge into the crypto market seems to have made NFTs just a bubble that burst. That's true in a sense, but it doesn't mean that technology is useless. In fact, the role of NFTs expands explosively as they extend beyond high-stakes investment products to entities, ownership, and even tools for establishing communities. Of course, anyone may copy and use a JPEG by right-clicking or capturing a screenshot. However, you are not acquiring digital bits with an NFT. You are purchasing recognition among proponents of blockchain technology. An NFT has value because the buyer and their community feel it does, as is true of all art and collectibles. And over time, an NFT develops its own personality based on aspects such as who owns it and how they utilize it.
NFTs are the ability to transact, store, and have ownership for any single asset on the chain, a unique asset. So the difference between non-fungible tokens and fungible tokens is essentially that. Fungible is like, I give you $1, you give me $1, it's the same thing.
That's a usual social token. Yeah.
Or a social token is fungible, but this could be a specific piece of art, an insurance contract, a derivative contract, anything.
Yeah.
Compared to 2018, older consumers are starting to support crypto at a much faster rate. In the United States, consumers over the age of 35 make up almost 40% of the consumers who expect to invest in cryptocurrencies within the next 6 months. For many of these current and potential investors, crypto provides a new way to manage their finances, and for many also, the financial freedom of crypto frees them from the rigidity of traditional banks. Discover what you did.
No, we talk about the entire crypto space. So the market cap of the space, about 2.5 trillion. It's going to go to 250 trillion by the end of the decade. That's astonishing.
In today's macro environment, some crypto investors believe prices could fall further as the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to stop high inflation. Companies are also prepared for the possibility of a recession and a winter of cryptocurrencies, or if prices fall and remain low for long periods of time. Prices have fallen to May 2021 levels, but Raoul Pal claims that more mainstream adoption is imminent as many new and innovative projects emerge. Let's hear Raoul Pal's perception of the risk and reward that investors could come across in the crypto market.
So the volatility is a feature and not a bug. So if you should be expecting 50 to 70% downsides in anything that you own in this space, and you should be expecting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x over periods of time. So therefore, the risk reward is always the best risk reward you've ever seen. And the only way to figure out if the risk reward has changed is if it breaks that log channel I was talking about, the logarithmic regression channel. If it starts breaking that, it tells you the network is now not growing, which, as you said before, how do I know that this network's going to keep going? Well, you'll be able to tell from the chart whether that's going or not. And yes, You will have lost 50, 60% at that point, but you'll be able to figure out, okay, I've got a broad allocation. It's not going to happen to the whole market. There'll be whole periods, much like equities going up and down with a cycle, fixed income goes up and down with a cycle, commodities do too. But over time, the exponential element of these assets make everything look like a call option always. And that is incredibly powerful. This is why you actually don't need such a big allocation as I've got to make extraordinary portfolio returns or diversified returns. In the short term, the space is somewhat correlated to certain things. It's correlated to the dollar, obviously. It's correlated to risk equities. But that's in the short term. If you ever look at a long-term chart, it doesn't look like anything.
So if you've been tempted to invest in the crypto market but haven't because of the current crash, let's work out how we can lower our chances of losing money from Raoul Pal.
So volatility is your friend. If it's down 50%, you should be allocating as much asset as you possibly can to it. And if it's down 70%, the broad space, you should be putting as much as you possibly can into it.
What do you think will be the future prospect for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? How do you see the present crypto space from that of the past years? Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is The Daily Crypto. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.